What's up, YouTube? I'm here bringing you my top 8 regional deck profile. I got 5th place, going 5-1-1 in the new format, and I played Adventure Prank Kids. This list is pretty spicy. You are going to enjoy it. It's always an interesting thing at the start of the format because a lot of players are unsure which direction to go in, especially when it comes to deck choices and ultimately hand traps. So, without further ado, this is my top 8 regional new format deck list. To start it off, we have 2 Prank Kids Roxy's. Now we went with 2 because we don't want to draw too many Prank Kids, but just the right amount. We don't want our hands to be, we don't want to draw like, this is like one of the worst ones to really open. Triple Dropsies. Triple Lampsies. And the best one, Triple Fansies. Now the reason why Fansy's the best one is because it lets you literally dump anything that you need to add back from Doodle Doo, from Prank Kids Doodle Doo. So I went with this ratio of 11 Prank Kids plus 3 Prank Kids plays to bring me to a total of 14 Prank Kids. I wouldn't really change this. I wouldn't increase the count. However, though, there were some games where I didn't draw a Prank Kid and I lost, really. That's one of the reasons why I drew round 2, and then round 1 I lost because of the dice roll, and I just couldn't really play through out of it. Yeah, I played against round 1 someone. He should have got a game loss actually, but I didn't enforce it. It was an incorrect deck, but just is what it is. I know him, nice guy, so I was just like super chill about it. Okay, and then we have the brand new, the best package I've ever seen splashable in a deck. On any deck, near enough every deck can play this package, chat. It is the Adventure package. So we have 3 Water Enchantress of the Temple. We have an Omni-Negate Griffin Rider. Now this card is really interesting. Okay, the really interesting thing with this card is on resolution, it needs to go back to the deck, okay, for it to be able to negate. So it means if you respond with Ghost Ogre on this, it will Ghost Ogre resolve. So go Chain Link 1 or Chain Link 2 to negate. Ghost Ogre will be Chain Link 3. Ghost Ogre will resolve first. It will destroy the Griffin Rider, and then it can't go to the deck. So the negate, it won't negate. The card that was in Chain Link 1 will still resolve. So that's really important to know. Destiny Hero Celestial and Destiny Hero Dasher, which tells you, yes, we are playing the DPE package. Now, very good cards. This card has an additional effect where if it attacks, you can destroy a face-up spell card your opponent controls, Fateful Adventure, and burn them for 500 damage. Don't sleep on that effect. It does come up a lot, especially in a grind game when Fateful Adventure is the card that's always going to swing the game. You need to clear it straight away, and if you don't clear it straight away, and you can't deal with a Griffin, well, you've lost yourself. You just should clear it. And if you can't clear it, yeah, that's just unfortunate. Your hand wasn't good enough anyway. So we have Dasher. Or your hand was really good, and you just OTK them. Okay. These are the monsters. Now I'm going to show you the hand traps, chat. The hand traps. Now these might be something that might interest you, where we went a bit different with this. We went a bit outside the box. Okay. To start with, we made 3 Ash Blossom and Joy Spring. A lot of people have been cutting this card. I understand why. Remember, it's a tuner as well, but mainly it's very good against a lot of decks at the start of the format. So I do recommend always sticking to Ash Blossom, especially at the start of a format. Then we went with triple artifact, Lancia. Yes, we main Lancia. And this card, solid. Solid. Now, you got to think, when would I activate Lancia? When is the best time for me to activate Lancia? Well, actually, it's in the standby phase, because you're eliminating the opportunity for your opponent to activate Enchantress to banish from their hand to get Fateful Adventure. Well, to get them right, which then gets them Fateful Adventure, which starts them off. Because if they then Lancia after, they're going to have a Griffin, and, you know, they might have some other plays. Might be able to have another DPE with a Griffin, which can be quite frustrating to get around. So, 3 Lancias. Chat, you ready for the spice? You ready for the spice, chat? If you think this is the spice in the main deck, which you get a load of, triple token collector. Yes. Yes. We mained triple token collector. So if anyone doesn't know what token collector does, when a token is special summoned to the field, if this card is in your hand or in the graveyard, you can trigger it, special summon it, and when it's special summoned, it will then activate to destroy all the tokens on the field. And then when it's on the field, or whilst it's on the field even, every token thereafter is destroyed. So Sword Soul will struggle against it. When they summon an adventure token, Griffin can't trigger, they'll struggle with that. They can't bounce something back with the equip spell. So token collector is a card that can just keep coming back. And you can what you can do is, yeah, we are playing the adventure package. You're thinking, well, doesn't it conflict? It can do. But you just use your Griffin negate first, and then you got this if they need to push forward. So these are the hand traps. Am I happy maining token collector? Yes. Did I want to see it in my every opening hand? Yes. Would I main 6? Yes. There you go. That's the hand trap, the monster hand traps even. Okay, now for the spells. Double Fusion Destiny. Now you can play one in this because you will usually use Verte just to send and play. However, though, you do want to see it in your opening hand because sometimes you don't want to end on the Verte to send the Fusion because you're losing your materials to make Battle Butler. So unless you opened exceptionally well with multiple pieces, then yeah, you usually don't want to go Verte because in some ways actually Verte is Battle Butler with 2 disruptions, 2 Regekis is much better than DPE. Remember that DPE just gives you Celestial and Dasher in the grave following turns, and with the fact that Meow Meow is at 1, it is always nice to to draw into a Prank Kid the following turn to summon off Dasher, and then you can normal summon a Prank Kid in your hand to just ignore the fact that Meow Meow is gone now because you've used your only copy. You can then just link both into a Doodle Doo and continue your combo. We then have Card's insane. Instant Fusion. It's the best card for this deck because this going into Rocket Ride and then Tribute in Rocket Ride is crazy. Now, when you bring back out Rocket Ride from this, you can just tribute Rocket Ride to summon 2 Prank Kids, non-fusion Prank Kids from your grave to the field. So you can bring back Doodle Doo, you can bring back Bow Wow, you can use both of them then to link into an Access Code Hawker. Because yes, you're not locked into Prank Kid special summons because you did summon this from Pandemonium, you summon this from Instant Fusion. So definitely the best card. It's actually crazy. I rarely used I rarely used it over the weekend. Or over the Sunday even. But when you have it, it's just amazing. Triple Forbidden Droplet. Now, Droplet's insane. Chat, if you haven't got this card, you need it. Just hands down, you need this card. Very, very good. Hopefully, Konami will reprint it again for you guys. You can have it easily accessible to you. Because right now, this is probably one of the most expensive staples in the game. And it seems like that's not going to change, especially with like national season coming up. If there's not a reprint before then, expect it to go up. Get your copies now. It's my opinion. But this card's just insane. And if you only have 3 copies, don't trade them away. because you're going to need this in every deck moving forward. Now for the Prank Kid spells. Just one Pandemonium. We don't really need it. We'll always search into it when we do need to play it. Because once we start off, we're always going to search this or send this to the graveyard with Fansies. Then we play one Prank Kid's Pranks. Now this is something that you can always recycle your Meow Meow if you need to, if you can't end on Butler. But I would recommend keeping it in the grave if you can end on Butler, because it's always good to have 2 Regekis instead of 1 in this fast-paced format. Next is triple Prank Kid's Place. This card's great. This card allows you to chain block. The reason why it can let you chain block is when you summon a Prank Kid monster, let's say Roxy's for example, or normal summon Roxy's. Any response, no response from your opponent. We'll then link away the Roxy's to summon it into our Meow Meow Mew. Now we'll then go chainlink 1 Roxy's and chainlink 2 Place. Now this can only work if your opponent has a monster on their side of the field to decrease attack. If they don't, you won't be able to use this as a trigger effect for chainlink 2. So if they have a monster, you do it like this. Chainlink 1, chainlink 2. It means your opponent cannot respond with Ash Blossom onto Roxy's, which means then it will trigger, meaning you can banish a card from your hand, draw a new card, and then special summon Prank Kids to allow you then to go into Doodle Doo. Chain blocking with this deck is exceptionally important because if you don't do it correctly, it can actually cost you the game. Now, this package is crazy. Okay, so we have the equip spell for adventures. We had Fateful Adventurer and Triple Right. Now, this is really good. This card is insane. This engine is insane. Now, let me fill you in with Fateful Adventurer. You can go play Right, summon a token. We're going to activate Right for our turn. We're then going to summon a token. It's then going to place Fateful Adventurer to the field. Goes to the grave. We're then going to normal summon our Prank Kid Roxy's. Okay. We're not going to trigger Fateful Adventurer on the normal summon Roxy's. Then we're going to link Roxy's away into Meow Meow. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go chain link 1 Roxy's and chain link 2 Fateful Adventurer. Now it chain blocks because now it's going to be adding the equip spell to your hand. And then Roxy is going to resolve by banishing a card in your hand to draw 1 and summon a Prank Kid and let you continue your combo. But before we do this, we're then going to summon a Prank Kid. Let's say we'll summon Dropsies, for example. This is going to go to your hand. And now we're on 4 summons. So what we're going to do is we're going to activate Fateful Adventurer. And then Fateful Adventurer is going to get you your Griffin Rider. And then you're going to reveal your Griffin Rider in hand. Special summon Griffin Rider. And then this is your 5th summon, but now you have an Omni-Negate. But when you summon this, or when you add this to your hand even, you have to discard a card. So you can discard the spell, send it to the grave, and then trigger the spell to reattach to the token, which means you've not really lost anything. Then you summon in this, that's your 5th summon, and now you can freely combo without worrying about Nibiru. Okay, and then for the traps, triple permanents. So we are playing 12 hand traps in this deck list. We're playing 3 Token Collector, 3 Ash Blossom, 3 Artifact Lancia, and triple Infinite Impermanence. Now you're wondering, how many cards are we playing? We're playing a lot of packages. Yes, we are playing 46 cards. I figured, well, we could play 40 and play 6 hand traps, or we could play 46 and play 12. I went with 46. I went with the latter. So, would I change anything in the deck with the main deck? Very happy with it. Now, I could go with the idea of maining Ghost Ogre. Now, I did main 3 Ghost Ogre on the Saturday regional when I played PK Brave, and that was very good because it's really good to hit the Fateful Adventurer. But yeah, I'm very happy with how the deck did. I'm very happy with the main deck. Very happy with the hand traps that I did main. And yeah, we would have probably seen more success if we won more dice rolls. It's quite important in this format. But we went 5-1-1 in the end. 5 wins, 1 draw, and 1 loss. Now let's show you the extra deck. The extra deck's quite interesting because there are cards you're probably wondering, well, there's a lot of cards you want in your extra deck. What's the right ratio? Now, let me show you. We have Prank Kid Meow Meow. Card's insane. Definitely deserve to go to 1. We have the Link Spider. Now, we're only playing 1 Link Spider over 2, as we did originally play 2 before. The reason why we're playing 1 is because people are Nibiruing you less, so we don't need a second Link Spider. Verte, one of the most insane Link 2s in the game. Double Doodle Doo. This card's great. This card lets you add your pranks to your hand, which then lets you make your Verte with the Prank Kid token, because you turn the token into the Link Spider, and then you use another Prank Kid that you summoned to make them both into Verte. And by this point, you already have your Pandemonium set up with Verte to DPE, and then hopefully you had a way to get to right, which sets up your Griffin. We have then Prank Kid Bow Wow, Nightmare Unicorn. Really important to return stuff. Is a link free, and it makes it better than for Access Code Talker. You have to play Access Code Talker. This is what makes Instant Fusion insane. This also is a way to out a lot of cards and attack over certain monsters. It helps you get over Dragoon when you need to as well, if they've always used the effect. So an Access Code is great. Just don't forget with this card, you can use your own link monsters on the field to banish and include in itself to destroy a card your opponent controls. And then for the last link monster in the extra deck, we have Rooster. I never summoned this. I used this effect when he got sent to the graveyard from Maximus. Got me my Cosmic Cyclone back and let me just play the board and win. So yeah, Rooster's really good. Link 4, and you can do some pretty cool tricks with it. The fusions. 1 Prank Kid's Rocket Ride. Now Rocket Ride's great because when you fusion summon into Rocket Ride, when it's summoned, you can use this effect to decrease its attack by 1,000 to then allow it to attack directly. So if you go your Pandemonium, you summon with those 2 materials into this, you can go Prank Kid effect name 1, Prank Kid name 2, and then this Prank Kid 3 to reduce its attack by half. Because that way then you're chain blocking Ash Blossom to allow you to then summon 2 Prank Kids, and then you can make a big board. You are locked into Prank Kids, but you can definitely end on a way to make Battling Butler. Then we have Web Washer. Card's great. Don't forget its effect when you attack with a Prank Kid monster, your opponent can't respond until the end of the damage step. You can throw people off guard with that, so don't forget this. And if it uses effect by tributing to summon 2 Prank Kids back from the grave, they can't be destroyed by battle. Okay, now for the other fusions, we got Battling Butler. Battling Butler's great. If this card leaves the field, well, in fact, if this card gets sent to the graveyard by your opponent's card effect, it can be the graveyard. From the extra deck to the graveyard, it can be from the field to the graveyard. It means then you can then trigger its effect to special summon a non-fusion Prank Kid non-fusion monster from your graveyard to the field. Any monster. DPE, Destiny Phoenix Enforcer. This card's insane. This card is seeing a lot of play. Even if every deck is playing it. Yeah, really good card. And then for Spice, playing Predaplant Draco Stella. Now this card's great. This card, to make it, requires 1 fusion monster plus 1 dark monster. And it's got a quick effect. So when it's on the field, you can pick a card to give it a Predaplant. What's the token called? Give it a Predator counter. Quick effect. Once per turn, you can target 1 face-up monster your opponent controls. Place 1 Predator counter on it, and if its level is 2 or higher, it becomes level 1 as long as it has a Predator counter. Negate the activated effects of your opponent's monsters that have Predator counters. So it means if you go and make this, you can then have a way to just chain and negate anything. If it's on its side, while it's on the field, you can just negate it. And then we have Totally Awesome. Don't forget Totally Awesome's effect. When it's sent to the graveyard, even from your extra deck, you can return a water monster from your grave back to the extra deck. So you can, if they send these 2, you can trigger this and this to put this back, and then still add a card from your grave to your hand. So this is the 15 card extra deck. Would I change a few things? Yes, maybe, potentially. I kind of want to play more fusions. I'll show you why, because of the side deck. But other than that, they perform quite well. You definitely, like, I can't say this enough. You definitely need Link Spider in this deck. Okay, so that's the 15 card extra deck. All right, now for the side deck, the Spice chat. Here we go. Now to start it off, this isn't Spice. Everyone's siding these cards, and it's good to know that everyone is siding this is triple Psy-Frame Gamma. Gamma is a great card. It's really good when you go second because it can negate any monster effect your opponent activates when you control no monsters on your side of the field, and it destroys the card it's negating, and then it will summon a driver from the deck or your hand. Great card. Can't call by the grave it, so even better. And yeah, definitely a worthy side deck card. And because we're playing 46 main deck, it's quite difficult to just open the brick. Then the spells in the side deck, we opted with one Harpy's Feather Duster. Card's really good. You'll be surprised when near enough every single deck now is ending on a lot of back rows, especially PK and Prank Kids. The Prank Kids Adventurer and Phantom Knight Adventurer, they do end with a lot of back rows. It's always nice to force them out and clear them up. I had one spot left, and I decided to go with Regeki. I know it's at 3, but I just go with one Regeki. It's wanted more removal. People are coming wise to the Lightning Storm, putting everything in defense. It's just nice to clear all the problems and force out negates. So I went with Regeki. It was kind of like a random last minute ad because I couldn't find like a 15th card that I wanted to really put in. So I had a choice with this or Reboot. I went with Regeki because I don't really worry about Reboot right now. Just because I am sliding a lot of removal. And we have triple Cosmic Cyclone. I like it. Really good card. It is main deck worthy even, chat. You can main this card now. It's very good. If you go DPE to try and destroy Scythe, you can just chain this, banish the Scythe. It's banished from the game. You can't resurrect it from the grave now. It's just gone. So, free Cosmic Cyclone. Now, for the Spice, triple Super Polymerization. Now, why triple Super Poly? When you draw for your turn, and you open this, and your opponent's like Phantom Knights, if they end on Bardiche, Rusty Bardiche, the Phantom Knight link 3, and DPE, then you can just play this, cut a card, they can't respond, you send the DP to the grave, you send the Bardiche to the graveyard, which means they can't banish a trap in the grave to summon Breaksaw back to trigger to destroy a card in the field, which mean they usually destroy the Scythe. But you're sending those to the graveyard to then make your Draco Stelia, and now you have a negate on the field. You've cleared 2 of their best cards, and you've literally turned off Scythe. So we went with Super Poly, and also chat. If you want to be even more spicy, if you want to make it spicy, you can actually send your opponent's Prank Kid cards from their side of the field to the grave to use your own. Battle Butler or Weather Washer or Rocket Ride. So Super Poly, I like it. Would I main it? I'm always tempted to main it, but I didn't in the end. And then for the last 3 cards, triple Evenly Matched. Evenly Matched, great card. Interesting thing here, if they have a token and you're evenly matched, they have to banish everything other than the token. You don't get a choice in the matter. So with everyone playing tokens now, evenly matched gets much better. But remember, chat, if people are putting Lancian against you, you probably don't want to be putting in evenly matched. Now, Prank Kids, don't really worry about Lance's Fat Lancia, so you'll be okay. So your evenly match will be decent. So I played evenly matched. There's another reason why I changed from Phantom Knight to Prank Kids for the Sunday event. So on the Saturday, I played Phantom Knight Adventure. I went 6-2, got 12th out of 160 people. And then on Sunday, I played a regional with 81 players. I got 5th by going 5 wins, 1 draw, 1 loss with this deck. Free evenly matched, definitely like it. So yeah, this is the main deck. Pretty happy with how well it performed. And it's interesting this format because we're seeing Adventure everywhere. Adventure is an archetype that you will need to play, and it's just so good. It's so good. So I had some fun with this deck. My matchups over the weekend were I played against 2 mirror matches. I played against 2 Pranked mirror matches. I played against Phantom Knights. I played against Dinos. I played against Altergeist. I played against Shaddoll Dogmatica Invoked. I played against the Baron Scythe deck Pretty crazy list. And yeah, it's crazy event. It was good. It was good overall. Enjoyed it. I got a booster box as well as this playmat for coming 5th. And this, I've got to say, like, this playmat is probably one of the nicest regional playmats I've seen. It's just the colors and how they've designed this. Probably the artwork as well. So pretty happy winning this and the booster box. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this deck profile. I'm going to go back to streaming now on Twitch, where I'm going to open this to chat. But yeah, thank you very much, and good luck in your next and upcoming videos, and as well, chat and YouTubers. If there's anything that you liked in this video, is there anything that you are intrigued to see moving forward, please let me know in the comments. And if there's a deck that you're unsure on how to play or build, let me know in the comments as well. I'll be reading those. All right, guys, enjoy. Peace.